Oh yeah! What is up? What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, March 20th. Oh, right away, excuse me. TooTallToby here with our final matchup in the wonderful world of 3D CAD versus 3D CAD speed modeling. And guys, as always, please let me know if the music is too loud or if my voice is too quiet. And we will make adjustments here at TooTallToby Studio to give you the best possible experience from this tournament. I am so excited to be here. I will share with all of you on a personal note, I am feeling just a smidge under the weather today. There's a cold that has been running rampant throughout all of the schools in my area, and so I managed to finally catch it. So if I sound a little stuffy, a little congested, that's why. It's definitely not for lack of excitement about this tournament. I am so excited about this tournament. I am so excited about these final four runners. It's hard to imagine we could have asked for a better set of matches, and it's pretty cool that we've got Onshape versus SolidWorks in the first semifinal, and then Onshape versus SolidWorks again in the second semifinal. This is a pretty darn exciting time. And we've got none other than John Herstick in the chat. Look at that. Wow. What's up, John? Thanks for joining us. The creator, founder of SolidWorks, the creator, founder of Onshape. He gets to watch two of his babies going head to head. That is awesome. You are in for a treat today, John, because we've got some of the best users we've seen in the tournament, and they're going to be battling it out today. So I am very excited to see how this all goes. Good luck to everyone. John says 42 years in CAD. 42 is a great number. So that is a great number and a great way to start the live stream today. So good luck to everybody. Guys, we got a lot to cover here today, so let's just get right into it. We don't have to stand on ceremony for much longer than that. Let's welcome our very special co-host today. You guys have seen him on the show twice now this season as co-host, and he's coming back by popular demand. None other than TooTallToby. That's right, we're going solo today for this final episode. So welcome TooTallToby, 3D CAD enthusiast, professional instructor, content creator extraordinaire. Been releasing shorts every single day this year since January 16th. I feel like a real shorts specialist. Ironically, right? Because of my name, TooTallToby. Weird that I'd be getting good at shorts. Imants says, woohoo, my favorite Too Tall individual. Thank you. Thank you, Imants. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all so much. And let's get into it here. The CAD vs. CAD Tournament Spring Open 2024. We had 16 people enter this tournament from all around the world using 7 different CAD systems: Onshape, SolidWorks, Build, 123D, Libre, Autodesk Inventor, Plasticity, and Fusion 360. 10 countries were being represented at the start of this tournament. So really, really cool to see how this is all shaken out. And if you ever want to go back and watch any of the previous live streams or links or anything, TooTallToby.com/spring is the website. Here we can see what that bracket looked like at the start. And in the upper left, we had Imants using Onshape, chopping through all the competition. First, he fought Dusty Techno, then he fought Ex Machina, and now he's in the final four. In the upper right, we have Airwick, another Onshape user. First had a battle against Will, one of the strongest competitors we've seen in the tournament. Managed to eke out that win, then got to go up against Mr. Alex, who was on an absolute tear. They went 3 matches, but Airwick was able to emerge victorious, and now we're going to see Airwick in the final four. Down in the lower bracket, Imants is going to go up against Dom. Dom is brand new to the tournament scene, started out this year and chopped through all of his competition to make it into the final four here. Had a really tough match against Ricardo Salado, but managed to come out ahead. And so we're going to see Dom going up against Imants first. And finally, we are going to see chrisbco from Australia running SolidWorks. And looks like I'm getting some feedback here. Thank you guys to the producers, Victor K and Jern, saying the music is a bit too loud. Thank you, thank you. Let me just bump that down about 10%. You guys let me know if that's enough or if it needs to go a little further. We can continue to fine tune. This is what I need from you guys, especially early on. You guys let me know, and that way the whole rest of the stream will be great, and all the audio will be great. So thank you very much, Victor K, Jern. And if anybody else has any suggestions about the music level, just let me know. We will adjust on the fly. Thank you, Airwick. So again, chrisbco, SolidWorks user from Australia, made it through his match against Themetronics, Fusion 360 user, made it through a match against Chadwick, an Inventor user. He's like the Autodesk killer, huh? chrisbco just slays through all the Autodesk products to get into the Final Four and go up against Airwick. So can't wait to see these matches today. Very excited to get into this. Again, if you guys want to go to the homepage for this tournament, TooTallToby.com/spring, you can learn all about our sponsors. You can learn all about this tournament. One of our sponsors is here in the chat today, JitCAD Cam. What's up, Phil? Welcome, welcome. Thanks a lot. I should have reached out to you. We could have co-hosted today. We'll get to you in the next one for sure. So guys, don't forget there's a lot that goes into these tournaments. There's a lot that goes into setting this up. So if you are enjoying yourself, if you're happy to be here, if you're excited to see what happens and you want to see more of these tournaments, show your support. The easiest way to do this is to go to the like button down at the bottom of the page, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You could also share and reshare this content. So you could get out there and you could, let your coworkers know what we're doing. Take a screen capture of one of these matches and share it with your coworkers. Looks like we got 46 people watching and we got 6 likes. Let's see what we can do to get that ratio to be 1-to-1. Like and subscribe, share and reshare. And of course, if you want to contribute financially, it is very much appreciated. It goes a long way towards making sure that these tournaments continue to run, that the channel continues to run. So you can do that via Super Chat, right in the YouTube chat, right down at the bottom. You can do it via Super Thanks if you're watching the recording, or if you watch any of my videos and you feel like you get some value out of them. Or, of course, the website, TooTallToby.com/donate, is available for any financial contributions. They are all very much appreciated. I want to say thank you so much to anybody who's done this so far, and in advance to anybody who does it today. And, of course, I got to also thank my team. Here we go, Ricardo Jean, very first Super Chat. Thank you so much, Ricardo Jean, €5. Says, I bet on SolidWorks today. Go Dom, go chrisbco. Okay. Little favoritism. Whoa, John Hirschtick. Massive super chat. Thank you, sir. Wow. $100. Let's go. I love it. I wonder who John's going to be betting on today. Is it going to be SolidWorks? Is it going to be Onshape? Thank you so much, Ricardo. Thank you so much, John Hirschtick. Very much appreciated. And let's keep that super chat chain rolling. Wow, thank you, Ivan. Let's go. Ivan, we got some great models today. I think you're going to really enjoy these models today. I was thinking about you a lot as I was building them. So thank you so much for the super chat, Ivan. Let's go, let's go. John says, I think the winner is going to use the software I worked on. I think that's a safe bet. Yeah. So, of course, I got to thank my amazing team, Mrs. TooTallToby, who helps with all the organization, helps getting all the information out to everyone, organizing all the runners, communicating. And, of course, the newsletter is also the creation and the management of Mrs. TooTallToby, which has had huge success so far. So keep your eyes peeled for more issues of the newsletter. And, of course, thank you to Bodie McBoatpants for all of your web dev needs. Make sure that the bracket is up and running. Make sure the runners know where they can go to submit their fun facts. Helps us out with the Practice Models app. Really just is a jack of all trades. So thank you so much to Bodie McBoatpants. We had a great talk this morning. Here you go, Bodie. This one is for you. Thank you. And thank you to Victor K, jumping on the chain, rooting for SolidWorks and Onshape. Oh, that's good. That's a safe bet. Hedge that bet. Thank you so much, Victor K. Very much appreciate that super chat. Wow. All right, guys. We got to, of course, also thank our tournament sponsors. First of all, take a quick sip of my drink here. Bodie McBoatpants sending it right back. And Vicky Chong sending it right back. Thank you. So, of course, we got to thank our prize sponsor, Libre. Libre has put up the prizes. All of our runners today have locked up some kind of a prize. So, first of all, 4th and 3rd place are going to get $50 each, plus a seat of a Libre Design Professional, which is valued at $999. Our 2nd place runner is going to win $100 USD, plus a seat of a Libre Design Professional. And our 1st place winner champion is going to win $200 USD, plus a seat of a Libre Design Expert valued at $1999. So huge shout out to Libre. If you guys aren't familiar with Libre, they've been around for a long time. They provide powerful yet easy to use 3D CAD software that's affordable. This is on a model where you actually purchase the software, you get the software yourself, you download it, you install it, and it comes in a few different flavors here: Atom 3D, Professional, and Expert. So our first and second place winners are going to win Professional and Expert. Actually, all 4 of our winners today are going to win Professional and Expert. Phosphor in the chat, our plasticity user, Los Gets. Yes, thank you. 5 euros. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Phosphor. And great to always see your videos using plasticity as well. Guys, if you check out the Libre channel and you find that there's something in there that you're interested in purchasing, you can use the code TooTallToby22MAR and get a 22% discount on everything in your cart. So huge shout out to Libre, our prize sponsor for the tournament. Of course, we also have to give a shout out to SolidWorks. SolidWorks is our sponsor. They've been with the channel for a long time, helping us out, helping support the channel. And what SolidWorks knows, and what we all know, is there's nothing more frustrating than getting a brand new computer and immediately running into an error like this. SolidWorks is busy running a command. And so what SolidWorks will do is help you make sure that this does not happen. And the way that they do that is they help you to spec out the right hardware for the job at hand. Like, this is a computer I've been checking out, the Engineering Desktop 2, which is filled with all kinds of valuable, useful hardware. But then they also go through and they make sure that that piece of hardware is completely optimized for your needs. So they load a custom build of Windows 11, strip out all the bloatware, they go through the BIOS, they make adjustments to the BIOS, they make sure that as soon as you get that computer, it's ready to go. So you don't have to go to IT and say like, hey, I need to make some adjustments, I need to turn this thing on, turn this thing off, load the latest driver. No. They're gonna make sure as soon as you get that computer, it's ready to go. So if you're not familiar with the team at SolidWorks, be sure to check them out, mysolidbox.com. They really do provide a one-stop shop for any of your professional CAD or CAM needs. And let's give a shout out to DaVinci. I've been watching DaVinci's videos lately too. He makes some awesome content on YouTube. So check out his channel, DaVinci. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Mr. Alex, he was in it last week. We saw him competing, or 2 weeks ago, we saw him competing an epic competition, took Airwick to all 3 matches, really gave him a run for his money. So huge shout out to Mr. Alex in the chat. And thank you for that super chat. Now, last week, we had our Elite 8 matches, and we have an Elite 8 sponsor who joined us for that as well. He's in the chat today if you want to say hi to him. Fusion Phil from Just In Time CAD Cam. JIT CAD Cam, a veteran-owned Autodesk reseller in the United States specializing in Fusion, HSM Works, and Inventor Cam. So check them out if you haven't been there before, jitcadcam.com, for all your Autodesk Inventor needs, for all your HSM Works and all your Fusion needs. And like I said, Phil is in the chat today, so you can say hi to him as well. And finally, here we are on March 20th, the semifinals and finals. Got to give a huge shout out to our sponsor of the semifinals and finals, Onshape. I got them up here in the background on my monitor. Onshape, professional-based 3D CAD for professional engineering teams. Guys, if you're on a team of engineers, you probably need to collaborate. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say you probably need to collaborate. I'm going to go out on even further out on a limb and say you probably need some revision control. Well, the good news is with Onshape, you get everything that you need for collaboration, everything you need for revision control. It's all right there in one spot, one single CAD system, one single solution. And the coolest thing is you can use it anywhere. So you no longer have to worry about like transferring your license from one computer to another or anything like that. Jump on another computer, even jump on a smartphone or a tablet, and you can continue working on your project. And the cool thing is right now, Onshape is running a discovery program where a team of engineers can get onto the professional build of Onshape for 6 months. So that should be enough time for you to kind of plan out how you're going to use Onshape on your next project, and to actually use it on that project and bring that project to fruition. And that way you'll be able to look back and say, wow, Onshape really was a good fit. Or maybe you'll say, you know what, Onshape actually wasn't a good fit. Either way, you're going to have 6 months to figure it out, and that should be enough time for you to really truly bring a project through its entire life cycle. So Onshape.pro/TooTallToby, if you and your team want to all sign up for seats of Onshape Professional and use them for 6 months, that is the website to go to, Onshape.pro/TooTallToby. So thank you so much to Onshape for being our sponsor here for the semifinals and finals matches. And with that, I think you guys are probably all ready. I know that I am ready. Let's get into this first match. And this first match is going to feature Imants using Onshape going up against Dom using SolidWorks, USA versus USA. And so this match here on March 20th, in the Final Four, is going to feature our two runners. And the way that this works is I'm going to show them a 2D print. Now, what's cool about this tournament is you can play along with from home. In fact, I encourage you, if you want to get the enhanced functionality or the enhanced experience from this tournament, when I show the 2D print, do a screen capture and put that onto your second screen or put it somewhere where you can look at it, because that way, as our runners are going through and creating these models, you'll be able to kind of follow along with. Because I'm not going to be able to show the 2D print. There's not enough screen real estate for me to show everything. So I'll show you the 2D print at first, grab a screen capture, that way you can watch, you can follow along. You could even try to model along with and see if you're faster than these potential world champions. So you can calculate the mass of the model, and then you're going to enter that mass directly in the YouTube chat. Now, the rules for this tournament are that it's a best of 3 matchups. So each runner, really it's a race to 2. The first person to win 2 points is going to advance into the next round. So you got to win 2 points in order to advance, and you're allowed to get 1 wrong answer. So if you're running in this tournament and you answer incorrectly, I'm going to say something like, "I'm sorry, Ivan, I'm sorry that's incorrect. But please try again and see if you can't figure it out." Yo, Varan coming into the super chat, 100 units. Thank you, Varan. Very much appreciated for the community pushing. Let's go. Heart, heart. I bet on SolidWorks. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Varan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So if you're watching and one of our runners gets the answer wrong, that's okay. I'll just tell them they got it wrong and they can try again one more time. If you get it wrong twice, that's it. You're out, and it's up to the other person to run against the clock of doom. If you're in the chat and you're following along and you're modeling, that's awesome. I encourage you to do that, but please do not help these runners. So don't post the mass in the chat, and also don't help them if they get stuck. Don't say like, "Hey, you could do that with an indent feature," or something like that. We want to make sure that we let these runners figure it out on their own. These guys are the stars today, so let's really let them shine. And normally we have an after party in Discord. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it in there today. Like I said, I'm feeling a little under the weather today, and after we do a 2-hour stream, I'm not sure how much gas I'm going to have left in the tank. But guys, the room is open. It's called After Party VC. The link is down in the description. So if you guys want to go and hang out in the Discord and have like a watch party, you're welcome to do that as well. If you guys want to kind of watch together and talk about the live stream from in there together as well. There's an audio channel in there. You guys could talk it up, chat it up, hang out in that watch party as well. So feel free to do that. The Discord After Party VC is currently open. All right, guys, here we go. We've waited long enough. This Final Four match between Imants and Dom is going to begin. We're going to give them a quick practice round just to make sure that we've got everything in line that we need as far as our technical setup here. So here we go. Let's flip over to full screen. And this first practice battle between Dom and Imants, Onshape versus SolidWorks, begins in 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Go. What is the mass of this part in XXX grams? What is the mass of this part in XXX grams? So our runners are grabbing a screen capture of this print, and they're going to try modeling it up. Let's see what we got here. We got Dom on the right using SolidWorks. I like how Dom uses the property manager in SolidWorks to grab the mass. It's kind of clever. I haven't seen too many other runners doing that. We got Imants on the left running SolidWorks. Nope, running Onshape. Just getting everything in line here, guys, making sure that we got everything that we need. This looks good. Looks like Imants is really struggling with this shape. This might be a little bit beyond his capability. Dom came in with an answer. Looks like Dom's gonna try and lap Imants. Let's see if he can do it. Prime exploit territory here, says JD52WTF. I'm gonna give the chat lots of love here in just a couple of minutes. I know that the models this section of the tournament are a little more complicated, so I think we'll have lots of time to talk. Jern coming in with 234, that's correct, and Imants coming in 234 as well. Very nicely done, guys. Both of our runners successfully completed that challenge. I am very, very impressed with their skills in the world of 3D CAD. So nice job to our runners, and we're going to now turn to what we like to call the Wheel of Fate. The Wheel of Fate is a little tool that we have, a little proprietary technology in the world of TooTallToby to help us figure out what challenge these runners are going to get. So let's bring up the Wheel of Fate. You can see the Wheel of Fate here is sponsored by our friends at Onshape. I confess, I didn't realize the I didn't think about screening out the green color there on the filter. Hold on, let me see if I can just adjust the filter a little bit, dial down the tolerance on that a little bit. Our sponsor uses the same color green that we use. Let's see if we can dial this in. There we go. Look at that. We have the technology. Go a little further. Look at that. Beautiful. It's no problem, man. It's no problem. When you have the technology, it's no problem. So here we go. We see in the chat that people are trying to see if they've got any clairvoyance. Who has the clairvoyance gene in their DNA? That's what we're going to find out here. I'm going to give this thing a quick shuffle, mix up the numbers a little bit, and we are going to give this thing a spin, see what we come up with. What do we got in the chat here? We got Mr. Alex coming in 57, Stu3D 57, Phosphor 52, Adrian coming in 57, Imants coming in 51, Airwick recognizing the green screen, Emil coming in 52, Vicky Chong 53, Airwick 58, Rich Pen 46, Dom 55, Bodie McBowpants doing some math, Jern recognizing the 53 is Prime, and Ivan's gonna obfuscate his answer. I like that. Here we go. Let's give this thing a rip. Don't forget, check out our sponsor, Onshape.pro/TooTallToby. 6 months of Onshape for you and your team to try out. And it looks like our first showdown is going to feature SPO 55. 55. Look at Dom. He's in the first match, and he's guessing the answer correctly. That is impressive. That is very impressive. So, congratulations to Dom getting that right. Did anybody else get it right? I think Dom might have been the only 55 I saw in there. Let's go, Dom. Good tidings and fortune for you. I don't have any actual fortunes for you right now, but I do have some fun facts. So, some fun facts about our runners here. You know, while we're setting this up, while we're setting up this match for 55, you can see here that our runner Imants is skipping lectures to compete in this tournament. Now that is dedication. That's the kind of dedication that I like to see. Skipping lectures to compete in this tournament. That's what's up. So good job to Imants. Congratulations. Don't let any of your professors know, but you know, I'm on board with it. I think it's a great idea. And we also see here that Dom is good at building, breaking, and fixing things. And that is, I think, the true sign of an engineer. I think we've all kind of been in that spot. We've all done that kind of stuff where we build things, break things, take things apart, put them back together. I often collect things that I plan on drawing up or 3D printing, you know, replacement parts for, whatever it happens to be. So here we go. This very first matchup in our final four, featuring Imants using Onshape and Dom using SolidWorks, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? The tolerance on this part is plus or minus 3 grams. Look at this part. It's called Offset Bracket 20. Both of our runners are grabbing a screen capture. If you're playing along with from home, grab a screen capture, but I don't want to miss any of the action. So we can see that Imants on the left, running Onshape, started out with a circle. I guess he's going to be creating that circle that's kind of up at the top of this thing, trying to come down at an angle to create this, this bracket, this curved bracket. We see that Dom on the right is starting out from a different location. He's starting out with the base plate. I'm not trying to play favorites here, but I think I would have started it the same way that Dom started it. I would have started out with that base plate, kind of capturing the footprint, capturing how this thing is going to mount into the rest of the design. We see that both of our runners are utilizing a technique where they're kind of laying out all the geometry, and then they're gonna use shared sketches, you know, one sketch over and over and over again to drive multiple features. And both of the CAD systems that we're seeing today can utilize that functionality. You can start out with one sketch that captures, you know, everything that you might see in the front view on the drawing. We see that Imants has already created that geometry to help him with that center support structure, but he does not have that curve along the bottom of the base, and Dom already has that curve. So now we see Dom on the right going through, picking that sketch and using the same sketch over and over again for different features. A very powerful technique that you can use in 3D CAD and a lot of different 3D CAD systems. We're seeing it here today in both Onshape and in SolidWorks. And both of these runners are neck and neck. Look at this feature creation tree. They both have 3 features in the tree, or I'm sorry, Imants has 3 features in the tree. Dom has 2 features. He's just finishing up that 3rd feature. There we go. Both have 3 features in the tree. Both have the same 3 features already created. Dom going in there and creating the counter bore that's up at the upper section of this part. Imants on the left now going through and creating that curved section down at the bottom of his part. And wow, these runners are really close here. I'm just making sure that I've got my information ready here for when they come in with their answers. And so now we see Dom on the right taking an approach where he's sketching out that kind of central support. I don't know why I'm trying to obfuscate. I mean, it's a rib, right, guys? I can say rib. I'm not giving away too much if I say that. I keep trying to dance around that word so as to not give anything away. But this is the final 4. These guys know, when to use a rib and when to use an extrude. They can kind of make that decision. So looks like Dom is trying to create that rib by drawing it from the front view, where we see that Imants is more taking an approach where he's created the plane going down through the center of that rib, and then he's going to be creating the more like the profile going up through. So good luck to our runners. Yeah, I will try and pay some attention to the chat as well here as we go through, but I just want to make sure that I give these guys their due attention. These guys really worked hard to get to this point in the tournament, and frankly, it's a pleasure to watch them. It's a lot of fun to watch them. It's really interesting to see the way the mind works in these different CAD experts. We see Imants there on the left has created that rib. Nice work getting to that point. We'll see if he's happy with that. We see Dom on the right going through and trying to figure out how he's going to kind of merge that off, clean that up. Looks like he maybe has already created the bulk of the rib, and now he's going to try and just create a cut extrude to kind of clean up that rib. So very, very interesting from both of our runners here. A real pleasure to be able to call the action with these guys. We see Imants now moving on to the holes that are in the top of this model, looking down to kind of mount this thing. It looks like there's probably a slot in this part on the top there to help with alignment. That's something common that you'll see in like jigs and fixturing, where they'll include a slot just to kind of get you close, especially if you're mounting this thing into a spot where you don't really have a clear line of sight. So that's probably what that slot in the center is for. And then there's a couple of counter bores to really properly attach the hardware. So pretty interesting feature here. Definitely something that I've seen in the real world of mechanical engineering. We see Dom on the right, trying to figure out how he's going to handle this rib. I think that it looks like he's got it now. He was wrestling with it there for a little bit, but it looks like he's got a grip on this thing now. Just trying to figure out where to put in those dimensions. We have a difficulty scale that we've seen go as high as 6. I don't think we've seen anything higher than 6 in this tournament so far, but this one is a tier 6 model. That difficulty is based on a few different factors. Primarily, it's based on how many features one would use to complete the model. But there are some other factors in there too. Is there like any tricky angles? Is there any spots where you might need to use like replace face or delete face, something like that? Those are going to factor in as well. But this is a tier 6 model. We see in the chat, Airwick says, "I think I got it." That's a good way to announce. If you think you got the answer, that's fine. That's a great way to flex. If you're modeling it at home and you want to see if you're as fast as these guys, you could say, "Yeah, I think I got it too." Just don't put in the actual answer. This is You know, this is really up to these two guys to come up with the answer and put that answer in the chat. So we'll find out in just a few minutes if Airwick did in fact get it. And then of course we're going to see Airwick in the second group of matchings in today's semifinals. So good, you know, good when you end up landing on that second bracket, you get a little bit of extra time. chrisbco in the chat under the name Fully Defined says, I think I got it. Just a warm up, Airwick. And we see, it looks like we might be seeing an answer coming in here from Imants. Imants comes in with his first answer, 3045 grams. And that is correct. Wow. That was fast. Man, Imants, well done, well done. Guys, give it up in the chat for Imants. GG to Imants. That was really, really nice. Very efficient use of modeling. Very clever how you came up with that location for that plane. Great job modeling that rib right down the side. Very, very nice. You saw Dom on the right struggled a little bit with that rib, and I think most of us would have struggled with that rib. I personally struggled with it when I was trying to create this model. So I totally understand where that struggle comes from. It's a tricky rib coming down at an angle. It's got kind of a tricky merge down to the front of the part. So I think we all could understand that struggle, that frustration. But Imants was able to get through that with some very nice modeling. Yes, I agree. John in the chat says really nice modeling. Completely agree. Very nicely done. Wow, wow, wow. Great job. Great job to Imants. And that's going to give Imants the first point. But remember, you need 2 points to advance to the final four. So congratulations to Imants. Put a GG in the chat for the winner. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this live stream so far. We got 63 people watching. How many likes we got here today? Let's take a look. Let's see if I can maybe adjust a little setting here, a little setting. All right, let's see what we got. 38 likes, that's good. Let's see what we can do to keep bumping that up. 63 people watching. Let's see if we can get that up to 63 likes while we're watching. GG to the winner. Tricky part indeed. Airwick, did you get it? Yep, that's a great question. Airwick, Fully Defined. Did you guys get it? That's another really good question. True North Creations, Minnesota is here in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right, guys, let's turn back to the wheel. The wheel of fate. Here we go. We're going to rip this thing again. What do you guys think it's going to be? The wheel is always fun. It's always fun to see what the wheel has in store for us. Always a lot of fun. Phosphor thinks it's going to be 51. FT in the chat says, are there any plans to get something like tier 10 parts in the tournament? Yeah, I guess we could. I don't know what a tier 10 part would even be. It would be like a Lamborghini, something like that. But yeah, we could do it. We could do anything. We own this format. All right, here we go, guys. Let's give this thing a spin, and let's see who has clairvoyance, who has clairvoyant technology in their brain. Looks like no one. Nice. All right, guys, 57. Nobody got it. 57 is not prime. Nope. What is it? 27 goes into it or something? 57 is not prime. All right, fair enough. Here we go. 19. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Checking my math. All right, so let's remove this guy. Let's go back to our fun facts and learn a little bit more about these runners. So Imants is a mechanical lead on the University of Washington underwater robotics team. Nice, nice. That's awesome, Imants. I bet that gets you a lot of practice doing kind of tricky, complicated parts like this. So that is good to hear. And Dom says, I have so many facts. Yes, indeed. Hey, man, consistency is important when you're in the world of engineering. So this is a pretty good match. That first match, I think, was a great way to kick things off But now we're going to take a look at a little bit more of a challenging model. 57. This is one that I think you guys are going to enjoy. I think you're going to maybe struggle with it a little, but I think you're going to get through it. And I think that the advice that I'd have for our runners going into this next match is to just stay the course. Okay, you guys did great. You know what you're doing. You've been here long enough. You know what's up. So my advice is just stay the course, and everything should be fine. So I hope that advice helps you, and let's move on to our next. JD52WTF says, congratulations to our host for eliminating the Ivan exploit, at least in that one dimension. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you're competing against these guys, you gotta keep in mind the Ivan exploit and think about what you can do to kind of tie it off a little bit, as they say. All right, here we go, guys. This next CAD battle between Imants and Dom, Onshape versus SolidWorks in our semifinals of the Final Four, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in x.xx pounds? Here we go, a little blast from the past. You guys may have seen this one before, a couple of tournaments ago. Of course, we never use the exact same model. They're always a little bit different, so that nobody can go back and look up the old value. But here we go, both of our runners, just that fast, in 10 seconds or however long it was. They already grabbed the print. They already put it on their second screen. They already started with their plan. They planned in their brain how they're going to get through this thing. Dom is fighting for his life on the right. So he knows he's got to get this one. He's got to lock this point down, or else Imants is going to move into our heads-up finals match. Imants on the right, just taking his time, figuring it out. He says, you know what? I got this. I just got to plan this out a little bit. A lot of tricky geometry in this one. The initial sketch, both of our runners are creating this initial sketch, looking down on this thing from the top. I think that makes sense. You can get a lot of layout work in this, in this thing looking down from the top. I think that makes a lot of sense. But things are going to start getting tricky when you start getting up to that other end of the connecting rod. And so that'll be very interesting. And also that pocket that's going through the middle of the connecting rod will be kind of interesting to watch as well. While these guys are getting started on this one, I'm just going to kind of go back through the chat a little bit and see if I can give any shout outs to anybody. Victor K recognized that replace face. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I saw your comment earlier. Victor K, the current world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling, is in here. Made by Mia is here and says, good luck, Dom. We got a fan of Dom in the chat. Good luck, Dom. Just trying to look through here and see if I can't pick out. Got to have John Hirschdeck as a co-host for another tournament this year. Yep, I would love to have John as a co-host. I think we can probably make that happen. Top-rated co-host in the tournament series. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I don't want to miss too much of the action, so I think I'm going to just get back to the bottom here, get back to the live chat. Josh says we can make that happen. Nice assortment of Toby features. Thank you, Rich Penn. Rich Penn always recognizes when I have Toby features. Thank you, Rich Penn. Getting a pistonish feeling from this part. Yep, exactly. Nice connecting rod here. All right, so interesting geometry there on Imants' screen on the left. If you look in the lower left corner there, it looks like he's got a little asymmetric geometry there. We'll see how he handles that, or if he's planning for that, or if that was a mistake. Oh, well, there we go. That answered my question. He definitely was planning for that. So nice work to Imants there, instantly cleaning that up. And look at Dom on the right. He's already up to that upper section. Already kind of cleaning up that upper section. Very, very cool. John says he planned for that, of course. Yeah. Sometimes I think I can pull one over on these guys, and then they let me know. They let me know what's up. Julian PTC in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Says thanks for the invite. Having fun watching. Nice. First tournament. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So Imants is now creating that pocket, and he is it looks like he's using a nice little feature there, kind of combo offset faces, Lighten 1. Let's go. Showing off some true power modeling here from Onshape, giving you the ability to, set yourself up with these kind of common mechanical engineering type features. I like it. I like it. Joanne is here in the chat, says actually made it in time for this. Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and I think we might see, I thought maybe we were going to see a move face there, but it looks like he's just going to do it with regular old sketch geometry. That's good too. Dom on the right, creating some classic offset geometry, offset sketch geometry here. Very nice. This is probably more the approach that I would tend to take. Yeah, VJH recognizing Lighten. Look at Dom flipping over to that screen capture and then back. That was pretty clever. John recognizing the use of feature script there, one of Onshape's most powerful tools. Yes, indeed. That is what truly makes it powerful, truly lets people create these kind of common mechanical engineering type features that, you're going to see. I mean, this is really the power of a bit of functionality like feature script, where one mechanical engineer says, hey, this is something that I think all the mechanical engineers in the Onshape community might need, and they create a tool like that can be used, in many different scenarios. So very cool to see that. But Dom on the right here is looking like he's coming down the home stretch with this model. We might actually end up seeing an answer come in here soon. Dom comes in with an answer, 4.472 pounds. That is not correct. That is not correct. That is not within tolerance. So this match is still up for grabs. We see that Dom looks like he's recognized. He's recognized kind of where he went off course there, possibly opening the door for Imants. We'll see what he does to clean this up. This is really neck and neck here. Dom looks like he missed some of those little cylinder features that were sticking out there, and now he's going to try to clean that up. Victor K says, a familiar part. Yeah, if you've been around the tournament scene for a couple of years, then you might recognize this part. And now Imants on the left looks like he too is struggling a little bit. I knew that upper area of this connecting rod was going to be a little bit of a struggle for our runners. The beginning of this connecting rod, I think, is pretty straightforward. Creating that pocket might be difficult. We saw that both Dom and Imants were able to get through that pocket, though, without any real problems. But it's this last feature here, this upper section, that our runners are trying to figure out. Dom came in with an answer 4.47. That is not correct, not within the available tolerance. So Dom is now trying to figure out what he did wrong. He's recognizing there's these kind of like half tombstone cylindrical faces. Imants on the left using delete face to try to clean things up, but that doesn't really look right either. So both of our runners are kind of running into some challenges here with this feature. Let's see what they do to clean this up. This is going to be interesting, and it is going to be close. See if anybody goes as far as busted out some surfacing moves. I'm sure chrisbco, if he was in this, he'd do some multi-body. And I'm sure if Aaron C was in this, he would just do this all with an indent. So we'll see. Jordan in the chat says 10 out of 10 for pressure. Ricardo says 350 megapascals. Nice. Airwick says, had some issues. Think I got it for real now. Oh, okay. Revising his answer. Maybe he had the same issue that our runners had. Imants here doing a mirror. Looking like he's feeling pretty good about how this thing is looking. Doing what we call the final spin, where you look over the print, you look over the model. Imants coming in with an answer, 4.32. That is not correct. That is not correct. So now the pressure is on. Now, our runners need to both look at the model and see if they can't figure out what they did wrong. Look at the print, look at the model, see if they can figure out what they did wrong. Dom is in a pretty frustrating spot. He knows what he did wrong, but he's, I was going to say he's having trouble cleaning it up, but spoke a little too soon. Imants knows what he did wrong as well, it looks like, or at least one of the things. See, we don't know if they did more than one thing wrong. That's the challenge with this tournament. Once you get it wrong one time, you don't know if there was only one thing that you did wrong or if there was multiple things. And so then you have to really be careful about burning off that second answer. The pressure is on both of our runners. If one of them submits their second wrong answer, then that's going to be it. It's going to be up to the second runner to go through and try to figure out what the correct answer is. So this is truly, truly high pressure situation here. Dom coming in with an answer, 4.499 or 4.50. That is not correct. Imants coming in with an answer, 4.20. That is not correct, guys. Not correct. So both runners, not correct. That means this is a push. Our first push of the tournament. We do have a sudden death rule. Guys, if you modeled it in the chat, put in what you think your answer was in the chat. A very close round there. The pressure was definitely on. Airwick coming in with the answer, 4.27. Victor K agreeing with Airwick, 4.27. And 4.27 is the correct answer. So, wow, what a round. That was awesome. That's what we look for here in the tournament, right? This is like real nail-biting stuff. We didn't know who was going to get through. Let's give a GG to both the runners. I know that it was a push this time around, but it's still pretty cool to be able to see how close these guys were. And now I see that they're going through and trying to figure out. Amazing round, yeah. Dom was so close with that offset geometry not going far enough, yeah. Yep, I think that's what the issue was too. Very good stuff though. Yep, that face right there, Dom, he's looking at it now. Very good stuff. Really fun watching those. I agree with you, TJ. Completely agree with you. All right, guys, let's turn back to the wheel and see what it has in store next. And you guys can let us know what you think the Wheel of Fate has in store for these runners. This is going to be a good one. Little dingus in the hole for Imants. Yeah, it was really close. I mean, but close, you know, might not be good enough depending on what the application is. It's good enough if you're, you know, you're building a shelf out back to hold some pillows. Close is probably good enough. But if you're engineering a connecting rod for a piston for a high performance vehicle, close might not be good enough. Bob Phelps thinks it's going to land on a green one. I like that. Don't forget, guys, if you ever want to try out Onshape, Onshape.pro/TooTallToby, 6 months for you and your entire team. Let's give this thing a rip. Here we go. Lots of good answers here in the chat. Usually I read off the answers. I'm trying to preserve my voice a little bit here today, guys. 56. Let's go. Who is it? Nobody. Wow. You guys are getting shut out by the wheel today. It's like being at Vegas. All right, 56. Good luck. Good luck. A good answer there on the wheel. 56. I think this is going to be a good one too. And let's learn a little bit more about our runners. Imants does his tournament runs on a Chromebook. You know, I mentioned earlier, you can run Onshape from any device. You can jump from one device to the next, and Imants doing everything that he's doing here and doing it so fast and doing it on a Chromebook. Wow, that is super impressive. Wow, wow, wow. And of course, let's learn a little bit more about Dom as well. Well, Dom is good at building, breaking, and fixing things. Okay, well, that's good to know. Always fun learning some new stuff about our runners. All right, guys, let's get into this next match. This is another blast from the past. Hope you guys enjoy this one. This next CAD battle between Onshape and SolidWorks in our Final Four showdown begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? This one came from a tournament, I think, last year. The lock handle. Tier 6 drawing. Probably could be a tier 7, but we'll call it tier 6. Both of our runners are grabbing a screen capture. Whoops, I lost my view of Imants. I wonder if Imants crashed out. Oh. All right, guys. Sorry, Dom. Sorry. This is going to be a push. We're not going to use this drawing. Sorry, Dom. Just got notified from my team. I wasn't watching the chat enough. Stand by, everybody. Okay. Dom says okay. All right. We got a little technical difficulty there. Technical difficulty on the start. Let's go back to the wheel. We're not going to stand on ceremony here. We're going to keep this moving. We got a lot of content to get through today. Let's give this thing a rip. Hope we don't run out of challenges here today. What's it going to be? Looks like it's going to be 53. Jern nailed it. Jern nailed it. All right, Imants and Dom, we're going to do a nice clean start here on a new drawing for you. So 53 is going to be the drawing. And let's get into it here. Let's learn a little bit more fun facts about our runners, right? All right, let's bring up here 53. All right. And let's go to our setup here. And here we go. This next CAD battle between Onshape and SolidWorks begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? This is a tier 7 drawing. Not quite tier 10, but a tier 7 drawing here. So Imants, Dom, guys see this print? Imants, I hope you see this print. Imants looks like he's... Oh man, Imants, come on, buddy. I think he might be trying to focus on the old print. We're gonna keep going with this one. We gotta get Imants. Sometimes luck is gonna play a factor in this tournament, and I think this is one of these spots where if one of our runners is having technical difficulties, we gotta the show must go on. So I'll let you guys see what's going on here. Got Imants in the thick of it. He's in the zone. He's modeling that old part. This is gonna give Dom a leg up, and that's unfortunately that's just like I said, it's just the nature of the tournament. There's gonna be times where somebody runs into technical issues, and we're gonna try to communicate to Imants. We're not going back though. I think he's got his headphones on or something. He's not. Doesn't want to listen in. I got the production team trying to reach out to him too. Exactly. Imants is so in the zone he won't react. Exactly. It would be funny if both masses were the same, yeah. From Vortex 108. All right, let's see if... Gonna just show the full screen again and see if that'll help Imants grab it. Nice as well. Okay, good. He's back. He's back. All right. Sometimes luck can be a big factor in this thing, you know? Okay, so I think that we're back on track. Now we're going to see, might end up seeing the comeback kid now. We're going to see this could be the comeback of the century. All right, we're back on track, everybody. The tournaments are always exciting. This just adds another factor to it. But like I said, whenever you're going 1 versus 1, you know, luck is always a factor. There's a lot of different ways that luck can come into play. And what we just saw was one of those ways. You know, somebody has a technical difficulty, then that's going to happen, you know? Ricardo in the chat says 300% focus now. I like that. I like that. Okay, here we go. So we can see that this model, this is kind of like a gear housing. You might see this type of a model in the mechanical engineering world, a gear housing, you know, with maybe a worm gear coming through the 2 different sections of this thing. It does have symmetry in a few different directions. So when our runners are trying to come up with a game plan, they're going to take that into consideration if the model has symmetry or not. It's also a great strategy to kind of what I call discretize the model, which just means look at the whole model, look at the whole challenge, but then break it down into different sections. So in the case of this model, you've got the obvious main rectangular housing. Then you've got like the lower feet section. You've got that kind of upper section with the extra rectangular region sticking out the side. You've got the circular boss that's kind of sticking out the front and the back of this thing. You know, you want to, whenever you take on a challenge like this, you want to kind of break it down into those different sections. And a lot of times the best modelers in the world will use that to help define the naming of their features in the tree. So they'll go through the feature tree and they'll name the features in the tree based on the kind of that process of discretizing the model. They'll have a feature called main housing. They'll have a feature called left foot. They'll have a feature called lug. You know, they'll have a feature called counterbore. So a lot of times the best users in the world will do that to kind of not only to come up with a good solid game plan, but also to keep things organized and make it easier when you go back and you look later on. Obviously, if you're in a speed modeling competition, you wouldn't want to take time to rename your features, but it certainly is a technique that you want to use just kind of mentally. You want to break down the model. Mentally, you want to think about it in the different sections instead of thinking of it all in one single chunk of information. And there's also a fundamental strategy as far as the order in which features are created. A lot of times you'll start out by creating solid features and then you'll create your holes later on, your cuts later on. With of course like fillets and ribs and traditional holes and draft and things, you know, landing in that order as well, in that, you know, decision tree as well. Rich Penn in the chat saying Onshape has folders for the feature tree that help a lot. That's good to know. If there was ever music that would help with a comeback, I think this is the song. This is the one that's going to help Imants with the comeback. Ivan says, one tourney, I threw my headphones off to not get distracted by the commentary, but that's obviously not the best strategy. Yeah, I can understand that. It's a Megazord, Ricardo. It's a Megazord. Yeah, this is a big one. Tier 7. Got some messages here. Yep, sorry I missed those messages. Rock Crawler's in the chat today. What's up? Michael LaFleche is in the chat. He was co-commentary with me last week. Great to see you in here. Great co-commentating with you. I had fun mixing out those videos. We were laughing it up. Hang in there, yeah, indeed. All right. Hope that caught up on most of the chat here. I knew this one was going to be a little bit more of a, you know, engineering grind almost. But very interesting to see how the two runners are approaching this thing. I mean, we see Dom on the right, just kind of slow and steady, almost doing like a machinist approach, where he's created it as a block of steel, and now he's going through and little by little removing material. So that's a very common thing you see in the world of 3D engineering, 3D CAD, is, you know, people will kind of approach their models almost like they are, you know, like they are a chunk of steel, and you're kind of breaking up that chunk of steel. Imants on the left decided to start out with those feet, and now he's going up to that upper section. So we'll see how that works out. Definitely some added tension on this one with, you know, with Imants having the slow start, the missed start. He's definitely playing from behind, so it's interesting to watch. You know, having had a chance to see Dom go through now and create these initial features, it's very interesting to see how Imants is gonna, you know, is gonna react to this, is gonna respond to this. chrisbco in the chat says, loving this challenge. Hope we get a tier 7 in match 2. We'll see what happens. Be careful what you wish for, as they say. So very interesting. I like the way Dom on the right approached that upper section, that kind of, you know, the chamfer section that's called out on the print for that upper. It's like a cyan blue. Shout out to cyan blue, Michael LaFleche. Cyan blue there on the on that upper section. Really, really interesting approach there from Dom to kind of clear that section out. This model, you know, like I said earlier, you want to take a model like this, you want to kind of discretize it into different regions and then continue modeling through those regions. Well, there's a lot of those regions in this thing. I mean, I know it looks like it's just like a chunk of steel, you know, a rectangular chunk of steel, but there's actually a lot going on with this model, a lot of different regions. I think you can kind of see Imants doing that pretty nicely on the left, where he's actually doing it as multi-body, and then, but actually doing it as multi-body, but kind of really showing that thought process of taking a model and discretizing it into different subsections and kind of like working on one section, get that correct, work on the next section, work on the next section, and then kind of bring everything together at the end. So really like the approach that Imants is taking on this. Very, very good example of that idea of like discretizing a model. This would be a pretty expensive part to have made in the real world. Yeah. Gotta be a little nerve-wracking for Dom. We see Imants on the left is really trying to catch up here. This is gonna be a close one, closer than I was expecting at first. Victor K says, had to use paintbrush in Snip and Sketch to cross off dimensions as I went along. Love these super complex models. Nice. Airwick in the chat says, I've got something. Very humble. Not sure if it's right, but I've definitely got something. I like the saxophone. Getting me in the mood to model a little bit. Mr. EV. I hate for it to end. So both of our runners are now creating that kind of, I guess we'll call it a tapered cut up through the middle of the part. Very, very cool to see how close things have gotten on this challenge. I think Dom is still ahead by a few features. He's already got those counter bores going in through the side. He's already got the main holes going through the middle of the part. So I think currently Dom is still ahead, but wow. This is a very, very close. This is going to be really close coming across the finish line here. Looks like Dom is getting himself ready with that tapered cut as well. A tier 7. Hard to believe we got a tier 7 model in this thing. Very cool to see all these dimensions. You know, kind of like what Victor K said earlier. I mean, if you've been in mechanical engineering long enough, you've gotten a print like this. You've you know, usually the team will go down to the basement and they'll pull out an old 2D hand print and they'll say, hey, could you model this up in solids? And they give you something with 1 million dimensions on it, 50 different section views. And it's just like what Victor K said. You just got to go one dimension at a time, kind of get through the whole thing. Looks like Airwick Imants is running into maybe a little bit of an issue with this. Okay, nice use of a mate connector there to get that position. This is really, really close, guys. I wonder what tier 15 will be like, Omri. Tier 15, we might need to go to a second sheet. I'm not sure. Mika says, I don't know what's going on, but it's cool. Yep, that's good. That's a good mantra for life. Wow. And so it looks like we've got Imants now on the left creating that kind of, there was a little hidden feature down there. Very easy to overlook, but creating that kind of tombstone shape. Victor K says the first big print that I got had like 15 section views. Only way I got through it was having the physical part to look at. Yeah, I've had that before. It's just a space dragon for tier 15, yeah. Oh, Ricardo. Ricardo is an expert in modeling dragons, so. Rich Penn says, imagine that, a hidden Toby feature. Yeah, it could definitely, those can definitely creep up on you. You know, that was tight. I'm impressed that both Imants and Dom saw that feature, because that, when you get to the end of all that other work, it's really, you know, you just kind of want to be done with it. So, wow, what a comeback. Oh, yeah, I spoke too soon. Let's see, we're going to see a delete face. You guys know we love delete face. Delete face for bonus points. Ricardo Jean says it's in the fun facts on his profile on the TooTallToby website. He's got that dragon shown, so we could share that sometime. And Imants comes in with an answer, 506535. So that's going to be 5066. The correct answer is 5061 plus or minus 5 grams. And Imants has come from behind and won this match, locking up his spot in the final 2 showdown. Imants, wow. Congratulations. Wow. Incredible. 5066. Airwick says, I got 5061. I got 5061 as well, but it is plus or minus 5 grams. Incredible, Imants. Guys, what a comeback. Congratulations. Dom, a well-fought battle. Imants, wow. Congratulations. What a battle. That is outstanding. Amazing. My goodness, guys. What more could you ask for? What a matchup. The fastest runner in the world. What a comeback. GG to both of the runners. But huge congratulations to Imants. Was facing technical difficulty. Didn't make any excuses. Just took it and ran with it. And it just goes to show you that sometimes in life, you know, you start out at a disadvantage and you're still able to come back and take it down. So just never give up. Never, never give up. Keep going no matter what. Wow, Imants, great job. Congratulations and well earned, making your way into the Final Four. That was awesome, guys. Guys, if you enjoyed that, hit that like button. We got 69 people watching. We got 48 likes. Let's see what we can do to get that to match up. Wow, wow, wow. Awesome, 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 guys. Well, we're going to see Imants again in just a few minutes, but between now and then, we get to see a showdown between Airwick running SolidWorks and Airwick running Onshape and chrisbco running SolidWorks. This is an international battle. Last battle was United States versus United States. Now we're going to see Canada versus Australia. So I am excited to see this. Wow. John Hirschtick in the chat says, as much an example of mental toughness as CAD skills. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Jamie McDonald says, never give up, never surrender. Yeah, let's go. Joe Ho says, liked. Nice. I like how your logo there is like 90 degrees off. That's pretty cool. Jern says, I'm happy for Toby's sake that was only 3 rounds. Yeah, indeed. That's also a great win. Man, that is awesome. That is so awesome. All right. Well done. Well done. Victor K says, Wheel of Fate for which CAD system you run. Yeah, I got to do that one too. Charlie says, good game. All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think we are going to go on to the next round. I'm going to ask my production team if it's possible to get a refill on my orange juice so I can keep that vitamin C going. So if the production team is out there, if you don't mind, I'd love to, you know what, just bring the whole bottle. Just leave the whole bottle. I like when people say that in movies. Just bring the whole bottle. All right, we are going to get ourselves ready here for this next CAD versus CAD battle. I'm speechless, guys. That was just so awesome. Such a great battle, such a great comeback. Everybody loves a comeback, and that was a good one for sure. So congratulations to our runners, and we are going to get into this next match. We're going to do a quick practice round just to make sure that everything is, that everything is working correctly. So let's bring up a practice model. We'll do kind of a difficult one for these guys. I think they can probably handle it. And we're going to see this matchup now between chrisbco and Airwick. Guys, if you're enjoying this, feel free to use the super chat like Jern just did. Thank you so much, Jern. Very much appreciated. $10 super chat. Always, always appreciated. You can always show your support here. TooTallToby.com/donate. You can support the channel, like and subscribe. We try to keep these tournaments rolling. We try to keep a lot of good content coming out for everybody each week. And it's always good when we get some value back. We try to run on like a value for value type model. I'm going to take a sip of my orange juice. Don't forget to hit that like button. We got to keep rolling here. This is what I needed. Let's go to tier 8, says FT. I like that. We do run on value for value here, so if you guys are feeling like you're getting value out of this episode, feel free to visit us on the super chat. Visit us at on Super Thanks. Visit us at the website. we try to put out a lot of content for everybody. If you're currently doing like a monthly subscription to Netflix or Disney or something, you can consider doing a monthly subscription to TooTallToby. We put out shorts for everybody. Everybody loves the shorts. If you guys like the shorts, put a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying the shorts. We try to put out a lot of videos. We do live streams. We do the tournaments. So, just think about like each month you're contributing to Netflix or to Disney Plus or to HB0. Maybe you can consider setting up a monthly subscription with TooTallToby, another place to get some value. Maybe you get even more value from TooTallToby than you do from Disney. Bodie McBoatpants says, I'm wearing shorts right now. Okay, good. He likes the shorts. That's good to know. Da Vinci says, I got to try that tier 7 maybe a little bit later. Next time you see a charge on your bill, next time they say like Disney is going to charge you extra or Netflix is going to charge you, we're charging more per month, then, this gives you a chance to think about TooTallToby. Disney, that's what I call my ex. Nice. David says, those are certifications in the back. I try to get as many certifications as I can. I try to go for it, David. Try to keep it real, keep the education going. All right, guys. Let's get into the second match of our semifinals here. Airwick versus chrisbco. This is going to be a good match. We got to see a lot of good action between these guys before, so let's do a quick practice, make sure everything technically is working. So we're going to do this first practice battle between these two runners in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXX grams? XXX grams. Fractal modeling. Airwick, I got it already. Good. All right, let's make sure we have everything technically set up and working correctly. I'm going to let these guys do this, and I'm going to just step out of the room just for a quick moment, grab something from the other room. I will be right back, guys. Good luck on this difficult challenge. Airwick can't even get it started. Okay, what happened? Did they get it? Looks like they got it. Oh, Airwick's still working on it. I like those fillets. FT says measurements in cubits. I like that too. First we had the Wheel of Fate, now we have the loading Wheel of Doom. Yo, Jern, shots fired. All right. Yeah, preview still shows the gear housing. Yep, thank you. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Let's get into the Wheel of Fate and see what it has in store for our runners. Let's give this thing a rip. Charlie Rogers says, love the channel, Toby. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Charlie. Very much appreciate it. Joanne Thunberg says, AMO Alex, I want to give you a special thanks for introducing me to competitive CAD. Nice. Okay, I just let it rip that time, guys. Sorry, I didn't stand on ceremony. All right, this is going to be number 52. So let's go back to our runners here and learn a little bit about our runners. Airwick started in SolidWorks 99. So he's an Onshape user, but he started in SolidWorks 99. That's kind of interesting. Wait, what was the number? Somebody type in the chat what the number was. Was it 52? Oh God. My brain's glitching out. It's 52, right? This is what happens when I don't stand on ceremony. It was 52. Okay, thanks, Jern. All right, thank you. So Airwick started out in SolidWorks 99 and used most versions up to SolidWorks 2021. Okay, that's good to know. So he started out as a SolidWorks user, but now he's competing using Onshape. That's kind of cool. He's made the transition. And chrisbco is a self-taught CSWE, self-taught SolidWorks, and got his CSWE in 2013. And there's actually some bad blood between these guys. There's kind of like a family rivalry here because last week, chrisbco defeated Airwick's cousin, Chadwick, in the Elite 8. So, kind of some bad blood there. Okay, and I saw your message there, Airwick. No problem. Got to restart your browser. No problem. You do you. I got you. Okay, will do. Thanks. Giving some airtime here. Who are you guys rooting for in this matchup? Who do you guys think it's going to be? Is it going to be Onshape? Is it going to be SolidWorks? Is it going to be something else? Maybe one of these guys will surprise us. Come in with something else. Emil says, crispy defeater of cousins. Wow. Nice. Who spotted that? Victor K. You are correct, sir. You are correct, sir. There is a typo. Let's see if we can fix that real quick while we're giving Airwick just a quick second here. I feel bad for Imants because that's the luck element of this whole thing, right? There's always gonna be luck. Guys, luck is always gonna break one way or the other, and sometimes you're on the winning side of that, and sometimes you're on the other side of it. But even when you're on the other side, you can still win. That's what we learned today. Fully Defined says, more facts. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I think Airwick is back. Okay. Think we're good. Airwick, give us a something in the chat. Let us know you're good. And I think we are ready to move on. FT says, has any Kiwis ever competed? I think I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Boy, this light isn't really doing me any favors, huh? It's like really coming in bright. Let me see if I can warm this up a little bit. Looking extra pale today. Okay, Airwick says, I think I'm back. All right, excellent. Well, here we go. Mr. Alex. Nice. All right, guys, here we go. This CAD versus CAD battle. Our first showdown between Airwick and chrisbco, Canada versus Australia, Onshape versus SolidWorks, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? The tolerance on this one is plus or minus 2 grams. Kind of a tight tolerance on this one. Both of our runners are grabbing a screenshot and jumping into their CAD system. Oh, my mouth like just ran out of the ability to speak. It just said, no, you can't speak anymore. This is a cool part. This perforated tray. There's a lot of stuff going on in this part. You have to figure out how to, create that kind of rim going around the outside. chrisbco on the right looks like he's going to do it with solids. I like it. chrisbco is an expert in multi-body design, so be on the lookout for him to do some multi-body moves. Airwick on the left using Onshape looks like he's going to start out by kind of sketching what that upper section looks like, what that rim section looks like. This 2D print, for those of you that are watching from home, this 2D print shows that section over here in this section view. So you can see that the section view says this detail view represents the entire outer rim. So that's going to be kind of the first tricky part of this model. You know, like we talked about earlier, you want to take a model, you want to kind of discretize it, you want to break it up into different features. Well, that would definitely be something I would try to address pretty soon. And it looks like both of our runners are trying to come up with a game plan for that shape. And then, you know, once you've got that in place, then the next tricky part of this thing is going to be these rails running along the bottom. You can see here in the 2D print, there's a little note on here. It says, note, geometry in these areas are nice, clean faces. So you're going to have to do that or get at least pretty close to that to get within tolerance. And then, of course, the hole pattern itself at the end. So kind of a fun part. We've seen this part in tournaments before, or variation of this part in tournaments before. Glad to see it making a comeback here. It's got a lot of cool little challenges that our runners are gonna, you know, hopefully not struggle too much with, but are gonna have to navigate through. And for those of you who are just tuning in, I am just a little bit getting hit with this cold that's going around, a little congested, a little bit of a drier mouth than I normally have. So if you see me in here slamming orange juice and water and stuff like that, if you hear my voice giving out a little bit, that's why. Very excited to be here, very excited to be hosting the tournament today. Just bad timing to get hit with a cold, but we persevere. Ivan in the chat says, nice, familiar part. Yeah, I think it was actually Ivan and Alness, who is Imants' older brother, who competed the first time we debuted this part in the tournament a couple of years ago. 2022 World Championship, where Alness won using Onshape. And then, of course, last year, the 2023 World Championship, we had none other than Victor K taking down the championship. Here we go, getting back to the action. chrisbco looks like he's got a pretty good representation of that tray. Using SolidWorks in dark mode. Like seeing this dark mode interface. And Airwick on the left. Already moving on to those lower rails. Trying to decide the best way to use those lower rails. I gotta say, my experience watching Airwick, he's really good at understanding how to model things with symmetry, kind of planning out how to create just, you know, limited portions of the model. Ivan saying, I think you're right. I believe I lost this part on a dimension typo. My fingers did not enter what my eyes saw. About that luck. Yep. Luck is always going to factor in here. Remember, we had that happen last year, even in the tournament with Ivan. I think he typed a 0 instead of a comma or something like that, like from the 10 key, or instead of a period, decimal. That can happen too. Luck can really play a factor in these champions. Imants, yep, recognizing something that just showed up. Ivan saying, yep, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, you brought it up, bro. You just reminded me of it. Look at Airwick going in and using delete face here. I like this. Or actually, I think it's a replace face. Yeah, look at that. To kind of pull that extra face out and give him a nice clean result. That is very nice use of some of that direct editing capability. We have a tool similar to that in SolidWorks. We have a replace face. It works a little different though. I gotta say, I do like the way it works more in Onshape because you don't have to create the boundary surface first. You can just work right off an existing face. And I don't think you can do that in SolidWorks. I think you have to do like an offset surface at 0 and extend it to get that same behavior. So very cool. Airwick is really making some nice progress on this thing. I mean, we talked earlier about how you've got the you got to take a strategy of kind of discretizing the model. We talked about creating the rim for the main tray, then creating those rails across the bottom, then creating the holes. I mean, look, Airwick's already on phase 3 of that process. So really, really doing a nice job. And Like I said earlier, Airwick seems to truly be an expert at creating just portions of the model and then mirroring those portions. But, you know, we also see chrisbco over on the right screen using SolidWorks. He's also on that pattern, opting to do it as a sketch pattern. I like it. And, rolling the dice here a little bit, I think, with a potential Ivan exploit. And I think we're going to see an answer coming in here. So our first answer comes in from chrisbco, 2831. And that is correct. Wow. Guys, what a nice match. Man, they were both right there. It looked like Airwick just got caught up a little bit with the positioning of that hole. And I looked back over and chrisbco was just right there. Wow, wow, wow. Very nice. Well played, GG, and fast, fast, fast. You guys are awesome. That was really, really good. Looks like we're going to see a little victory dance here. I'll leave it on the screen here for chrisbco to celebrate his victory lap. And it looks like Airwick was right behind him, getting ready to come in with a similar answer. That answer again was 2831. 2831 was the correct answer. Well done, chrisbco. Wow, that was cool, man. That was, just looked away for a second and that was it. It was over. chrisbco, of course, is an instructor, a SolidWorks instructor, and we saw last week chrisbco versus Chadwick, instructor versus instructor, a really cool matchup. All right, guys. Well, it's time to go back to the wheel. What do you think? We're down to our final 4 models. Hopefully we don't run out of models before the end of the tournament. We might have a few extra. Man, had some weird sweep and delete face issues with SolidWorks. Stuff works fine in Onshape. Yeah. All right, Rock Crawler, 54. Mr. Alex, 51. Da Vinci, 46. Amir, 51. Rich Pen, 46. Jern, 51. Phosphor, 58. Joanne coming in with 58. Ricardo Jean coming in 51. Emil, 51. Vicky Chong, 46. Michael, 46. Victor K sticking with 58. I'm going to give this thing a shuffle. Wash this deck a little bit. And here we go. DRK Rhett, 54. FT, 46. 54. Let's go. 54, 54. It's a prime number. We're happy to see it. And let's learn a little bit more. Congratulations, by the way, to congratulations, by the way, DRK, RET, and Rock Crawler for getting that correct. Very nicely done. So Airwick grew up homeschooled on a sailboat and has 3 cats and an Alaskan Malamute. Very nice, very nice. And chrisbco taught SolidWorks for 10 years at our MIT University. Well, your students are going to be very proud of you after that last battle. That was super, super impressive. So well done, well done. And let's get this next battle ready. This one is going to be 54. This is a tier 19 model. Just kidding. Okay, and make sure that we got this ready. All right, I think we are all ready for this next battle. These guys look like they're ready. I feel like I'm ready. You guys all feel like you're ready. Let's do this. This next CAD battle between Onshape and SolidWorks begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXX grams? The tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. This is MMGS. ABS is the material. It's called a gate hinge. Gate hinge. And here we go. Just that quickly, both of our runners have grabbed a screen capture and are jumping into their CAD. And what a day for Onshape to be kind of lagging. There we go. He's in. He's in. He's got it. He's in. chrisbco on the right, using SolidWorks. He's going to draw this thing looking down from the top. This is a cool part. I like this part. It's got, again, you know, guys, you want to get in the habit, look at a model like this and think to yourself, what are the different areas of this model? What are the different challenges I'm going to run into? How should I start this thing? Imants says the server gods are not happy. Somebody make a sacrifice real quick. Here we see SolidWorks throwing up a overdefined dimension error there for chrisbco. It happens. It's all good. He was able to get right through it. He knew exactly what to do when that happened. I actually have that warning turned off, so whenever I make an extra reference dimension or anything, it just goes driven. It doesn't even warn me anymore. Ricardo says, need sacrifice. The gods want blood. SolidWorks blood. This live stream is getting very dark. Jared says, I think we have the right person in the chat to shake up the tree. John says, who might you mean? Yeah. He's got a lever in his office that he can like just press forward and it like drives all the server capabilities over to us. Here we go. chrisbco drawing first blood here. Already has the first feature. Already has the first two features, it looks like. chrisbco is really on his game today. He got all that practice in while Imants was going up against Dom. And now he's in the groove. He's in the zone, as we say. Airwick's using a layout approach, kind of looking at the entire model from the top down, kind of laying out what, you know, where the different features are going to need to land. I think that Airwick maybe is struggling a little bit with some of the dimensions on this print chrisbco as well. There's some of these, sometimes you get a print from a customer and it'll be, you'll look at the print and at first you'll think to yourself like, okay, this is no problem. But then when you actually get in and you start modeling, you realize like, well, wait, how am I supposed to get that dimension? Like, what's that actually coming from? Where is this coming from? And you know, it's usually from some kind of a customer request. You know, the customer will say like, oh, I need this dimension to be this. And I don't really care what the rest of it is, as long as it's got a nice smooth face on the back or whatever. This print is kind of in that same vein. Anybody who did a screen capture earlier, you can look at it, or you can roll back and look at it and then come back to live on the live stream. I have crazy sugar spike from all this orange juice. I probably should dial it back a little bit. I like this, Ricardo Jean says, I like this drawing. It's clean. That before like the Megazord, I'm afraid of that. Yeah, that gear housing. So here we see, oh wow, the chrisbco just did a masterful delete face. Wow. I was about to say, like, here we see one of the areas it's going to be probably a challenge for our runners, cleaning up that curved along the, you know, the front wall. chrisbco just went in and did it one click. Very, very, very impressive. And look at Airwick on the left. He was, in the beginning, I would go as far as to say it seemed almost like he was struggling, and now he's basically caught up to chrisbco. So, wow. Very, very impressive. Again, delete face. Look at that cleanup of delete face. He was able to kind of click through some options there to clean up that face. Wow. Or, oh, I guess he did it as a cut extrude. He picked on that face and then used the face to drive the extrude. Wow, look how close these guys are now. I thought at first chrisbco was pulling way out ahead and it was just going to be a blowout, and now they're basically on the same feature getting ready to mirror. This is amazing. I better get this thing ready. Wow. This is really close. This is really, really close. chrisbco comes in with answer 521 grams. That is not correct. Not correct. chrisbco comes in 521 grams. That is not correct. Airwick comes in with an answer 505 grams. And that is correct. Wow. Well done, Airwick. My goodness. These guys are evenly matched. GG, yes. What a great matchup there between these guys. Man, that was cool. That was really cool to watch. I thought Airwick was way behind. I looked away, I watched chrisbco for a minute, I looked back, boom, he was there. Very nicely done to Airwick. And in a way, we all win because that means we get to go to a third match between these runners. So congratulations to our runners. Let's go back to the Wheel of Fate. Let's see what it has in store for this next round. I'll shuffle this up a little bit. Wow, you guys, that was awesome. If you guys enjoyed that, we got 74 people watching right now. If you guys enjoyed that, take a minute and hit that like button because that was definitely worthy of a like. I'm going to give these guys a like over on my computer over here. Wow, wow, wow. That was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, here we go for all the marbles. Who's going to advance to the finals? Let's find out. What does the Wheel of Fate have in store for us? Rockcrawler thinks 51, Victor K 58, Amir 51, Joho 58, Joanne 51, Vicky 46, Emil 58, Imants 51. The correct answer is 46. It was the one and only Vicky Chong. Congratulations. Great job. She knows. All right. Let's get this model ready. Let's learn a little bit more about our runners. Airwick actually wrote the feature script for the TooTallToby part mass, which is used by many of the Onshape runners. If you're out there and you're an Onshape runner and you've used the TooTallToby part mass script, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know. And chrisbco defeated Airwick's cousin Chadwick in the Elite 8. Yes, we knew that already, but now we know it again. Wow, wow, wow. Man, that was a really good battle. That was fun to watch. Okay. Well, one good turn deserves another. This. Oh, Jamie McDonald has used your feature script. Nice. Airwick, you're famous. All right, this CAD battle between Onshape and SolidWorks, Canada versus Australia, to determine who advances to the finals, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in x.xx pounds? The tolerance is plus or minus 0.01 pounds. It's a pounds model. This is almost automatic grounds to bump it up a tier level because nobody likes working in inches and pounds. Here we go. Both of our runners have grabbed the screen capture. They're both trying to get into their first sketch. Here we go. chrisbco looks like he is taking an approach where he is looking at this thing from the front. And it looks like Airwick is taking a similar approach, beginning a new sketch on the front plane. Ricardo Jean says, no, pounds. Wow, Jern. Too soon. Man, that's cold. Jordan, of course, referencing a match that Ricardo Jean was in when he unfortunately modeled an inch part in millimeters. We've all been there. We've all been there, but we don't all bring it up while the wound is still fresh. All right, chrisbco on the right, following a best practice. Getting his sketches fully defined, very important. Got to fully define every time. I actually wrote a song about that a few years back. It got 50 million downloads on Spotify. No, 500 million. Had the zero in the wrong spot. This is another one of these tricky models. The way the drawing is, there's a dimension in the drawing that's kind of derived from a weird spot. And I think our runners are gonna struggle with it a little. Ivan, I found it on LimeWire. Yo, man, let's go. Old school. I like it. I was like, was LimeWire and Kazaa, were they like the same, just different iterations of the same program? Man, that's old school. I like it. All right, here we go. chrisbco coming in with his second sketch. Airwick drawing first blood. Already has 2 extrusions in the tree. 3 extrusions in the tree. Airwick is really making short work of this part. Bob Phelps, is there a reason you know of sheet metal model challenges? It's just, there's some things that kind of differentiate the mid-year tournaments from the World Championship. The World Championship will have sheet metal challenges, but the Spring Open, there's no sheet metal challenges. We just decided when we opened the qualification registration, we just decided to announce we're not going to have any sheet metal challenges. So, you know, that way, if there's people who maybe are pretty strong in modeling but don't really have that much sheet metal experience, they're still able to participate. Yep. So that's the only reason, just to make it a little bit more inclusive, as they say. I like this approach that chrisbco is taking on this model. That front nose, I know you guys watching might think that front nose is pretty easy to create, but there's a little bit of trickery in that. Yep, no problem, Bob. Ricardo Jean says thank you too. Yeah, no problem, Ricardo. Sheet metal's good. I mean, I like sheet metal. I do a lot of sheet metal. Did a lot of sheet metal in my career. It's fun, you know. It's cool in the tournament because you can really challenge people with stuff that they would get into in the real world, like when a customer defines the outer dimensions across, you know, 2 perpendicular bends that are going in opposite directions, and like you have to get kind of tricky with your dimensioning. So it's kind of cool to include that type of stuff in the tournament to get people ready for the real world. Look at chrisbco with this profile. I was not expecting him to choose that geometry for this profile. He's just going to include it all in this one single extrusion. The rib, the fillet, and the circular boss all in one. Very, very interesting approach. I like it. I can get on board with it. Well, but it looks like maybe it's giving him a hard time. And Airwick, once again, looked like maybe he was falling behind, and then you look away from his screen for a second, and you look back, and he's almost done. Wow. It's awesome. Love seeing it. I love seeing the ability for Onshape to just take all that hard work that he did for the layout, you know, which is good work. It's important. It lets you really like work with the customer and kind of brainstorm the ideas. He takes all that hard work and then just kind of brings it all together. Very, very nice. And here we go. Once again, these guys are neck and neck. Yeah, Stu3D in the chat recognizing these guys are neck and neck. This is going to come down to one or two final features. Who's going to get those final features? Who's going to calculate the mass? And who is going to move on to the finals? And Airwick comes in with an answer. 7.13 pounds. And that is correct. Wow. Airwick, well done. Very, very nice. And congratulations. And chrisbco, a well-fought battle. Love seeing it go to 3 matches. This is what we like to see in the semifinals, in the finals. Love seeing it go into 3 matches here. Wow, wow, wow. Congratulations, you guys. And another nail biter. Yes, indeed. FT recognizes another nail biter. Wow, man, that was awesome. Congratulations to chrisbco and to Dom for locking up their prizes for 3rd and 4th. And now, for the first time ever, we're going to see an all Onshape final. Our Onshape runner champion from the upper left bracket, Imants, squaring off against our Onshape runner champion from the right bracket, Airwick. This is going to be awesome, guys. I am very, very much looking forward to this. This is going to be great. I'm going to take a few minutes and I'm going to set up the information here for this final matchup because I had no idea who was going to be in it. So congratulations. We're going to take a few minutes if anybody needs to get up, take a bio break, anything like that. I'll throw a timer up on the screen in a couple of minutes. I got some videos I'm going to show. I'm going to play also some cool stuff about Onshape, who is our sponsor here for the Final Four. So huge shout out to Onshape. Need a bathroom break? Yep, a lot of us need a bio break. Don't forget, guys, also, this is a great time if you want to show your support to the channel. You can support the channel. You can like, subscribe, share, and reshare. And, of course, you could donate. You could do a financial contribution. Lots of avenues to do that financial contribution. So let's take a couple of minutes. We'll do an intermission. This might be a great chance for you to sign up for some kind of a financial contribution. We're going to flip over to the intermission screen. Like I said, I'm going to play some videos for you, and then we'll get back into it.
CAD designers expect a reliable and robust tool to get their job done quickly and accurately. Here are 5 things that make Onshape strong. In Onshape, there's no need to worry about C:\file references. Instead, we offer a robust database-driven approach that effortlessly identifies part elements as you design. You'll love the seamless experience of sharing features and variables in your design projects. The first time you use an Onshape assembly, you'll notice that it might be different than what you might have been used to. In other CAD systems, mates are created between parts, one pair of faces at a time. In Onshape, we have high-level mates that act more like joints that allow for more realistic motion, faster than ever. These high-level mates are particularly suited for stress analysis and robotic simulation. In-context design is a phrase that sometimes causes chills to run up an engineer's spine. Why? Well, changing in-context parts or their parent assemblies in file-based CAD systems can often erroneously change other parts in unexpected ways. This is just a fact of life in file-based CAD. Because of Onshape's unlimited design history, however, design changes can be made while preserving the design's context. This enables parts with motion to reference others as they move, ensuring correct fit and clearances. References are never lost or broken, so parts always update in a predictable manner. FeatureScript allows users to create custom features and tools tailored to their specific needs. Extend Onshape's capabilities by using freely available features and simply drop them onto your toolbar, appearing on all the devices you sign into Onshape with. You can even create your own features to match your exact, unique design requirements. Imagine if I could tell you would never lose work again due to a crash, accidental overwrite, or a device failure. Since Onshape is a version-controlled CAD system, every single edit to a design is recorded to the version history of a document for fear-free design work. No more files littering your desktop, and everybody in your design team is instantly on the same page. Interested in trying it out for yourself? Sign up for a free professional trial at Onshape.com. The world's most innovative companies use Onshape to design better products fast. Not familiar? Here are 6 things that you need to know. Onshape runs in your browser. There's no software to download onto your PC. You start a project on your Windows machine at work, and you can finish it on your Mac at home. You can even run Onshape on your smartphone or tablet. Onshape doesn't use C:/files on your hard drive, but uses documents that can contain multiple items like parts, assemblies, datasheets, and more. Your project information is all stored together securely in the cloud and accessible from anywhere. You create parts in Part Studios. You have multiple studios within each document. You can use the same familiar workflows to create sketches and features as you did in traditional CAD. But in Onshape, you can create multiple parts together. They can share sketches and features, and can be edited together, saving time and effort. Onshape assemblies use higher-level mating relationships. It's a new approach that enables you to build working assemblies in far fewer steps. Complex mechanisms are easy to define, and editing mates has become more straightforward. Collaboration is easy in Onshape. Invite anyone to view or edit your documents, and for the first time, you can even work simultaneously on a design together. You can branch, iterate, and vet more designs faster, and share the workload when assembling and detailing designs. With its built-in data management capabilities, Onshape is constantly saving your work as you go. If you make a mistake, you can revert back to any step in the design's history. When you reach a milestone, you can note it as a protected version or revision so everybody is on the same page. So now that you know the basics, it's time to start your first project in Onshape. New capabilities are added every few weeks. You can stay up to date by using the online help or take a training class in the Onshape Learning Center, developed and run by CAD experts. Join the millions of Onshape users and create an Onshape account today.
Onshape's built-in PDM system is unlike any other. Here are 7 things that set Onshape PDM apart. First is history. Every interaction in Onshape is tracked in the history. This gives you a complete audit trail of who did what and when, and allows you to restore to any moment in time. You no longer have to worry about opening a model that's broken with no way to restore it. Versions in Onshape allow you to mark major milestones in the design history without needing to save copies of files. If you've ever worked with the wrong version of a file, you know how frustrating this mistake can be. Any 2 versions or moments in history can quickly and easily be compared. This allows you to see exactly what has changed in a graphical way without needing to check in first. Experimenting with designs in older CAD systems meant creating a copy of all the files. Onshape's branching capabilities mean you can create multiple design experiments simultaneously without creating copies. Impossible to do in any file-based system, Onshape allows you to merge 2 designs into one. This allows you to take changes made in 2 independent branches and merge them together. In traditional systems, you'd be forced to overwrite one file with another. Onshape's release management and approval processes are completely integrated with Onshape, unlike most systems. They can be enabled in seconds and customized to suit your company's workflows and processes. Should your needs expand beyond PDM to PLM, Onshape has a robust connector with Arena PLM to make connecting the 2 systems easy. Interested in trying it out for yourself? Sign up for a free professional trial at Onshape.com.
CAD designers expect a reliable and robust tool to get their job done quickly and accurately. Here are 5 things that make Onshape strong. In Onshape, there's no need to worry about C:/file references. Instead, we offer a robust database-driven approach that effortlessly identifies part elements as you design. You'll love the seamless experience of sharing features and variables in your design projects. The first time you use an Onshape assembly, you'll notice that it might be different than what you might have been used to. In other CAD systems, mates are created between parts, one pair of faces at a time. In Onshape, we have high-level mates that act more like joints that allow for more realistic motion, faster than ever. These high-level mates are particularly suited for stress analysis and robotic simulation. In-context design is a phrase that sometimes causes chills to run up an engineer's spine. Why? While changing in context parts or their parent assemblies in file-based CAD systems can often erroneously change other parts in unexpected ways. This is just a fact of life in file-based CAD. Because of Onshape's unlimited design history, however, design changes can be made while preserving the design's context. This enables parts with motion to reference others as they move, ensuring correct fit and clearances. References are never lost or broken, so parts always update in a predictable manner. Feature Script allows users to create custom features and tools tailored to their specific needs. Extend Onshape's capabilities by using freely available features and simply drop them onto your toolbar, appearing on all the devices you sign into Onshape with. You can even create your own features to match your exact, unique design requirements. Imagine if I could tell you would never lose work again due to a crash, accidental overwrite, or a device failure. Since Onshape is a version-controlled CAD system, every single edit to a design is recorded to the version history of a document for fear-free design work. No more files littering your desktop, and everybody in your design team is instantly on the same page. Interested in trying it out for yourself? Sign up for a free professional trial at Onshape.com. The world's most innovative companies use Onshape to design better products fast. Not familiar? Here are 6 things that you need to know. Onshape runs in your browser. There's no software to download onto your PC. You start a project on your Windows machine at work, and you can finish it on your Mac at home. You can even run Onshape on your smartphone or tablet. Onshape doesn't use C:/files on your hard drive, but uses documents that can contain multiple items like parts, assemblies, datasheets, and more. Your project information is all stored together securely in the cloud and accessible from anywhere. You create parts in Part Studios. You have multiple studios within each document. You can use the same familiar workflows to create sketches and features as you did in traditional CAD. But in Onshape, you can create multiple parts together. They can share sketches and features, and can be edited together, saving time and effort. Onshape assemblies use higher-level mating relationships. It's a new approach that enables you to build working assemblies in far fewer steps. Complex mechanisms are easy to define, and editing mates has become more straightforward. Collaboration is easy in Onshape. Invite anyone to view or edit your documents, and for the first time you can even work simultaneously on a design together. You can branch, iterate, and vet more designs faster, and share the workload when assembling and detailing designs. With its built-in data management capabilities, Onshape is constantly saving your work as you go. If you make a mistake, you can revert back to any step in the design's history. When you reach a milestone, you can note it as a protected version or revision so everybody is on the same page. So now that you know the basics, it's time to start your first project in Onshape. New capabilities are added every few weeks. You can stay up to date by using the online help or take a training class in the Onshape Learning Center, developed and run by CAD experts. Join the millions of Onshape users and create an Onshape account today.
Onshape's built-in PDM system is unlike any other. Here are 7 things that set Onshape PDM apart. First is history. Every interaction in Onshape is tracked in the history. This gives you a complete audit trail of who did what and when, and allows you to restore to any moment in time. You no longer have to worry about opening a model that's broken with no way to restore it. Versions in Onshape allow you to mark major milestones in the design history without needing to save copies of files. If you've ever worked with the wrong version of a file, you know how frustrating this mistake can be. Any 2 versions or moments in history can quickly and easily be compared. This allows you to see exactly what has changed in a graphical way.
All right. That was perfect. Perfect intermission. All right. Good times. I was trying to read the chat a little bit, trying to get everything ready for our final showdown here. Man, this is what's up. I love seeing this Onshape versus Onshape in the final showdown. Man, this is cool. So once again, congratulations to all our runners. Really everybody who ran the tournament this year. It was really fun having everybody in here. Christian Blanc is in the chat. What's up, my man? The final countdown. Yeah, this is it. Onshape versus Onshape. Get out there on social media, everybody. Let everybody know it's about to happen. It's going down. Here's the site, TooTallToby.com, youtube.com/TooTallToby. This is it. It's all happening right now. So here we go. Imants says, I want to make sure everything is working. Yep, you do what you got to do. Can we get a practice part for the finals? Yes, absolutely. We got a practice part ready for you guys for the finals. So the intermission is over. Don't forget to show your support. Like, subscribe, share, reshare. Make sure that you let everyone know. Phil says, how tall are you, Toby? I'm very tall. Tall enough that I hit my head on stuff. I'm tall enough that I've hit my head on one of those, if you ever go out back at like an industrial building, they have those giant cast door closers. Well, I've walked up the step to get back into the building and hit my head on the bottom of that. It's not fun. Hit my head on like the exit signs on airplanes when you go through an airplane. So definitely tall enough for sure. All right, here we go. Let's do this. The finals. TooTallToby.com/spring if you want to catch up on all the action, watch all the earlier matches. I saw you said can't watch can't watch any match. You can go back and watch any of the matches. Yep, all the links are there on the spring board there. Now it's time for the final showdown. The final championship in TooTallToby's CAD vs. CAD tournament, the 2024 Spring Open. This was a lot of fun organizing this. We used some new technology to help organize this tournament, and it was great to have everybody in here. Huge shout out to Toby McBoatpants, who puts together all of the web dev, all the back end stuff to make sure that the runners get registered and we get a hold of all the fun facts and all the cool things that we do to make this tournament run. It's really all about my team, Toby McBoatpants, Mrs. Tall Toby. Dicky Chong says, Toby hits his head a lot and also jams his toes into things. Yeah, it's true. I'm like a brontosaurus. Like I need an extra brain to help me keep track of my feet. Otherwise, I'm always walking into stuff. It's too far away. I can't see that far away. Here we go. Let's do a quick practice run. Make sure all systems are working. I see Airwick and Imants are making sure their systems are working. I think it's a great idea to do a quick practice round. So this quick practice round before we actually jump into the finals begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in x.x pounds? Philip says, that was one of my students. I bet chrisbco knows what that's like to have your students jumping on the keyboard. He loves you. All right, good. Tell him I love him too. There you go. He gets a heart. There you go. Thank you for watching this in class. This is probably a fun way to spend the afternoon in class. Watching the CAD vs. CAD tournament championship. Onshape versus Onshape. This is so cool in the finals. Look at that. Neck and neck. We got... What's going on here? Airwick is following him. Oh, you're just watching Imants do it. I was wondering what's going on there. Eric, this is one of the cool things you can do in Onshape when you're collaborating in Onshape. You can just kind of like jump on somebody else's screen and watch them. And that's what Airwick looks like he's doing here. So yeah, I got a feeling if Airwick continues this strategy, they're gonna be neck and neck the whole time. All right. Collusion, yeah, that'll be great for me. That'll be a lot of fun if I just get to keep pushing models. We're down to the last 2 models. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna run out of models. May have to go back to. We'll figure something out. Don't worry. All right, guys. Looks like both of our runners, it is working for both of our runners. The layouts are good. Airwick on the right, Onshape from Canada. Imants on the left, Onshape from the United States. Who is going to take this thing down? We're going to find out here. Let's go to the wheel. Not too many choices left on the wheel. After we run out of these choices, we might have to come up with some other solution, but let's go back to the wheel. Here we go. Don't forget, visit Onshape.pro/TooTallToby if you and your team want to use Onshape for 6 months. You can do a full project together using Onshape Professional. You get simulation, you get rendering, you get, I think PCB is in there too. Somebody in Onshape can confirm in the chat. Michael LaFleche, if you're still out there. PCB is part of this, Onshape.pro/TooTallToby. I think it is. Rich Penn coming in 109. I think you're going to get this. 51, 57, 57, 51, 51, 57, 57, 51, and Rock Crawler 58. I like it. Here we go. Boom. It's just that easy. Rock Crawler just shows up and lays it down and just says, look, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. You do 58. Boom. And you just get it. You just get it done. Who are you guys rooting for in the chat? Put the name of the person who you're rooting for in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to take this down. Who's going to be the champion? First person to win 2 points will be the champion, but who is it going to be? We're going to find out. Here we go. Guys, this championship CAD battle between Imants and Airwick, United States versus Canada, Onshape versus Onshape, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Wait a second, sorry. 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXX grams? This is a tier 5 part, believe it or not. It's right on the brink of tier 5 and tier 6. This is my favorite part ever, I think. My favorite part from any tournament, from any competition. My favorite part. I'm glad that it gets to make an appearance in this tournament. It's got so many cool little, nuanced features in it that I think really make it more challenging than you might expect. Both of our runners have grabbed a screen capture. Both of our runners are starting. Imants on the left, running Onshape. Airwick on the right, running Onshape. Let's see how they approach this challenge. I always think this part reminds me of the bounty hunter, Boba Fett, his ship in Empire Strikes Back. I think it's so cool. So we see Imants on the left, kind of kicking his extra extrusion there out to the left. We see Airwick on the right, once again using a layout approach. Very, very solid technique, a proven technique. He's been using this technique all throughout the tournament. It's gotten him all the way to the finals. Stu3D says, easier part than Airwick. Yep, lower tier part. This is tier 5. Most of the parts we've seen so far are tier 6. A little bit easier, but there's still some trickiness to it, particularly that rib running down the front of the part and then blending into that face and having it all be coplanar. It's a little tricky. We see Airwick going through and laying everything out. We see Imants already has 2 solid features in the tree. Doing a little bit of arithmetic there in the Onshape extrude dialog box. I like that. He did like 32 minus 12 to calculate the offset for the base. That was very clever. I do that very frequently. In fact, now Onshape shows the expressions in your dimensions, so it's kind of like it's tattling on me. Every time somebody sees my models, they can tell. You can put shortcuts in Onshape? Yeah. Yep, S key. S key is in Onshape. And you can do arithmetic in Onshape as well. And you can do hotkey mapping in Onshape as well. Yep. So we see Imants on the left trying to come up with the strategy for that kind of rib section. Looks like he drew a line there. Use that line to, or triangle. Use the line from the triangle to cut. And now he's going to use the line from the triangle to do a rib. That's clutch. That was a great sequence of commands there to address a pretty tricky area of the model. We see Airwick on the right, once again showing his prowess with layout and shared sketches, multiple features from the same sketch. You know, he did a lot of sketch work while Imants was coming up with features. Now you can see he's just boom, 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 turning all those sketches into features. If you're just tuning in, I do have just a little bit of a head cold, so if my voice sounds a little stuffy, a little like I'm getting vocal fry, I do apologize, but the show must go on. I like this song. This is like the calm before the storm, kind of. Yeah, Ex Machina, Queen. I gotta say, I am super impressed with Airwick's ability to go from seemingly very far behind to all of a sudden just having a model that's like complete. It's amazing. I mean, it's a testament to Onshape, but also just a testament to his ability to kind of decipher a model and figure out what the best way is to approach that model and break it down, discretize it, and turn it into a completely fully defined, dimensionally accurate, machinable part. Really impressive. He just does it over and over again. Every match. Just scary, yeah. It really is scary. It's like you're watching him and you're just thinking, oh, he's behind. He's not going to get it. It's fine. Move on. And then all of a sudden, he's just done. So cool. We'll see if it pays off here. chrisbco in the chat says, got it. Got it already. Nicely done. Getting a little practice for the next tournament. Okay, Airwick comes in with an answer, 283.5 grams. That is not correct. That is not correct. So Airwick coming in with the first answer, but he's got something in this model that's off somewhere. And now he has to go through the challenge of figuring out what that something is. Meanwhile, Imants on the left doing a delete face, cleaning up the model, possibly opening the door for Imants here. Jern in the chat saying he might see what's going on. I like it. I gotta tell you, you guys are the best chat ever, you know that. You totally get it. We all kind of have learned how to walk that line between, you know, letting people know that we know, but not actually spoiling. I think that's just awesome. So, guys are awesome. This is for all of you in the chat. This is for all of you. Much love. Victor K says, I forgot 2 features. Got it now. Okay, good. Neil says, having a nice boss battle song from Doom games would be a nice touch. Yeah, that would be sweet. See if I can maybe find something similar in my library of songs that won't get me copyright striked. Okay, and Imants has come into the chat with an answer, 281 grams, and that is correct. Wow. So Imants taking down first blood in this finals. Airwick was so close, 283.5. The tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. He came in with that answer earlier, 283.5, so very close. The tolerance is plus or minus 1 gram. 281 is the answer I came up with. Very nicely done to Imants. Wow, wow, wow. Good game. Good game to the winner. Mac Cameron in the chat. What's up, Mac? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you in here. Amir in the chat. What's up? What's up? Heyo. I sent Mac a picture the other day. He got to hang out with us at the when we did the last tournament, when we did the World Championship, we had an after party, in-person after party. Mac and I got to jam a little bit, and I sent him a picture of all of us playing guitars together. It's pretty fun. We'll do it again soon. We got the World Championship coming up now in 6 months or whatever. Feels like it's right around the corner. All right, guys. Here we go. The next drawing will be prepared. We don't have any more. We only have one drawing, right? One left. 51. Guys, I think it's going to be 51. What advice? Let's everybody in the chat give some advice to our runners. You can type in Airwick or you can type in Imants and then give them some advice. What advice would you give to the runners for this next drawing? I like this song too. This song will get you fully defined in some sketches, that's for sure. All right. Let's see what we got for advice in the chat. Ricardo Jean says, use the right unit system. That's good. That's solid. I like that. Don't crash, says Victor K. It's good also. Let's see here. Go fast. Yeah, fully defined says go fast. Imants says, John Boulem Fleming says, Imants, move to Canada. Way better up here. Oh, there you go. That's some good advice. Like that. Onshape versus Onshape. Awesome finals. Yes, Sebastian, I completely agree. This is awesome. Advice to both. Thinking build order till the end. Yeah. Imants says, I've got my Canadian citizenship. And look at this. We got it. Fully defined and fully constraints defined sketch. Yes. Toby, you can change my flag. Okay, good. Yeah. Change that to the Canadian flag. No problem. All right. And Ricardo Jean says, use SOLIDWORKS. Good. Victor K says, leave the holes for last. All right. Advice, check your part before you start working. Yeah, that's good. Oh, check out your part. Check out your part before you start working. I hope Imants wins. All right. Measure twice, cut once. Joanne, great advice. I like that. Joanne. Cut once and then just use delete face. Yeah, that works too. Measure once, delete face twice. Nice. All right. I think these guys are ready. I think all of you are ready. I think I am ready. Let's do this. Actually, I need a little more water. Here we go. This championship battle between Imants and Airwick, Onshape versus Onshape, begins in 3, 2, 1, go. What is the mass of this part in XXXX grams? Listen to this song. This will get these guys going. ABS, a plastic part, braced arm. It's got some weird ribbing, bracing going on through across the top and across the bottom. Who can take this part? turn it into a 3D CAD model the fastest? We're going to find out. I like how these guys are taking a different approach here, how Imants just always starts out right away, like getting that first extrusion into place. I think that's like a really solid strategy. Part of the pun was unintentional. But I also like how Airwick is so good at creating all the layout geometry and then just turning that into features. So, I don't know, man. This is going to be so close. I'm just excited to watch it. See how these guys do. This one's for all the marbles. Imants is up 1 point to 0. If Imants wins this one, he will be the champion of the 2024 CAD vs. CAD Spring Open. But he's got a worthy opponent in Airwick. You can see the Airwick has already come up with a solution for that taper. This is one of these weird parts. It's like curving down in direction 1, but then also curving in direction 2. A lot of times you look at a part like this and you think, oh, that'll be easy, but you have to be really careful with understanding where the dimensions are going to. Are they going to the center of the arc from the front view or the center of the arc from the top view? You know, where are those dimensions actually related to? You can see Airwick is trying to make sure he's getting proper tangency here on this face. I love the sometimes seemingly unnecessary use of delete face. It always makes me smile. So I love it. I love the use of delete face there. Measure once, delete face twice. That's the trick. That's going to be on the next TooTallToby t-shirt, I think. And look at this. 2 users from 2 different countries creating almost the exact same sketch at the exact same time. This is what we like to see. This is how we know this is going to be a close match. If Imants can lock down this point, it'll all be over. If Airwick can lock down this point, then we're going to another model. And then maybe another model after that, and then maybe even another model after that. We'll see what happens. Jern says that center rib is tricky. I tried this part once, a version of this part, and got stuck. But I think I know how I would approach it now. Yeah. And of course, Jern using Build 123D, which is a CAD system that you do entirely in what looks like Python scripting. I hope I'm saying that right. But in, you know, if you imagine what it looks like to code in Python, that's what Build 123D looks like as you're constructing your 3D models. So very cool interface. You can visit TooTallToby.com/leaderboard and you can see some videos of Jern running Build 123D. Christian Blanc says, I'm dual citizen Canada, US, so I can't take sides today. Yeah, this is, you probably feel very torn in this one then, Chris. This is, you got 2 Onshape runners. You got Canadian and American. Yeah, it's tough. I think that just us all being able to watch this final showdown, we all win. So it's all good. It's already a win. We got the greatest chat ever. We got 2 CAD wizards. This is a good day. Good day. So I like this approach from Airwick, constructing that rib. Kind of looks almost like he's going for both he's trying to accomplish multiple tasks in one spot here. I like that. Don't want to give away too much about his strategy. yeah, making an adjustment here, realizing he needs just a little more meat there. And we see Imants using delete face again. We love seeing delete face in this tournament. Bonus points for delete face, as we say. And Imants is ready with that next extrusion. He also had that both upper and lower section ready to go and kind of had a plan for it. I love seeing when these guys have a plan and, you know, they maybe struggle getting to the point of executing, but then when it executes, it just like bang, bang, bang. Rich Penn says this looks like a perfect spot for an indent feature. Yeah, haven't heard anything from Aaron C today. I guess he's tied up today. We're giving him so much love with all these indent comments that he's not even here. Hopefully we'll see him soon. And here we go. I'm not sure what's going on with Imants, if he's thinking or if he's locked up. I mean, we'll accept an answer regardless. So, you know, if it is locked up, that's okay. We will accept the answer, even if your screen is locked up. So keep working. Hopefully it's not catastrophic. And I think it's 2023, Jaron. Okay, and Airwick coming in with an answer, 2594. That is not correct. That is not correct. So Airwick comes in with an answer, 2594. That is not correct. And it's going to now be up to Airwick to kind of look over his model, see if he can't figure out, you know, whether it's one thing or whether it's multiple things. See if he can't figure out what's going on. Imants is frozen. Yep, is I'm not sure if his computer is down or not. So, you know, I'm letting him know, you know, if Imants, if you're able to still work, you can still come up with an answer, even though you're not sharing. We can figure out the screen sharing between now. Okay, Imants coming in with an answer, 2687. That is not correct. Not correct. So both of our runners are now going to look at their models and see if they can't figure out where they went wrong. The first answer came in from Airwick, and he came in with 2594. That is not correct. The second answer came in from Imants, 2687. That is not correct. We are factoring in a plus or minus tolerance of 3 grams on this print. Victor K says, I think I got it. So Imants is frozen. I'll bring up the 2D print here. Since Imants is frozen, I'm kind of keeping an eye on the chat. This way the audience can kind of see what Airwick is trying to figure out. Imants and Airwick both battling this out. If Imants is able to come up with the correct answer, we will accept it. If Airwick is able to come up with the correct answer, we will accept it. Imants comes in with his second answer, 2689 grams. That is not correct. that is not correct. So what this means is we're going to bring up the clock of doom. And the clock of doom is going to determine the fate of Airwick. Basically what this means is Airwick is going to have 5 minutes to figure this out. Yep, the clock of doom. Give him some... Figure out the CAD music. Yeah, we need that Doom soundtrack now. Exactly. All right. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. All right, we just got Imants back. I know he's already submitted his answers, but he is back. Seeing some screen again from him. He's dancing a little bit. Okay. All right. So it looks like about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Oh, I'm sorry, Airwick, I saw your answer came in. Victor K. Come on, Victor K. Let me have my fun. And Airwick has come up with the answer 2588, and that is correct. So we're going to go to a third match here. Wow, wow, wow. Sudden death. Congratulations. Man, that is awesome. Yep, I got it. I should have been watching, but that's me. Man, good work. Good work to Airwick. Very nicely done. Good work to Imants as well. Very nicely done. GG to both of our runners. Guys, put a GG in the chat. GG to Victor K. And we got Imants' screen back, so we're all good now. Airwick never makes it easy for his fans, yeah. Told you guys, he's John Wick, yeah. All right, well, we've now come to the point in the tournament where we basically are out of models, right? Seems like we're just about out of models, so we're gonna have to see if we can come up with something that will be fitting for this potential finale between these two runners, because they both have done so good all throughout this tournament. We really need to find a fitting model to end things off. So here we go. Let's shake it off. Imants says, call it a draw. I think I might have one more for us. Here we go. This next CAD battle between Onshape and Onshape. Imants versus Airwick. The final battle to determine who is the champion of the 2024 Spring Open begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Dun, dun, dun. The old thumb lever. This part is brutal. We've seen it before in championship matches. We've seen it in the practice models app. Who did the research? Who put in the work? Who can solve this model first? We got Airwick on the right. We got Imants on the left. chrisbco says, horrible model, LOL. This one is not easy. But this was the model that Alness finished to win the World Championship in 2022. Imants' own brother. How fitting would it be if Imants was able to take it down with that same model? And yet, how devastating if Airwick were to cinch the win. High stakes in this final match. Ex Machina says, I have an actual physical reaction when seeing it after trying it in the practice models app. Yeah. It's now a battle of honor. Nice. Joanne Thunberg. Okay. First feature went to Airwick. Imants is right behind him, though. This seems like it would be... See, I'm not going to say anything. I didn't want to give anything away. If you guys out there ever want to try this model, sign up at TooTallToby.com, get on the practice models app, and you too can give it a try. It's in there. Looks like Airwick is pulling ahead. He was able to really come up with a good plan for that second feature. Although Imants has... He's got something going on in the tree there. He's got an extra feature. FT says, yeah, I had to try it in the practice models app and then come back. TooTallToby.com/practice if you guys want to try it. Slightly different version than this version here in the tournament, but FT says, yep, I had to leave and come back with more experience when I tried it in the first practice. We see Airwick on the right, already creating the geometry for that upper section. Rich Penn says, it looks so simple until I started modeling. Then not so much. Guys, I got a big announcement for you. We got 70 people watching and we got 70 likes. We did it. We hit that convergence point of 1-to-1 ratio. That's what's up. 1-to-1 for the likes and the views. Great job, everybody. Edwin says 71 here. Nice. Do we change timelines now? Yep. Stu 3D says top 3 hardest TTT models I done. Yeah. This is definitely in the top 3. It's just so weird in that transition area. The area that Airwick is working on now. It's so weird. Like getting that bend to do what it's supposed to do with sharp corners there. You have to really be on your game. Look at Imants on the left. It looks almost like he's doing the final spin. We might see an answer come in here in record time on this model. No tolerance on this one, so you either get it or you don't. Imants comes in with the first answer, 395 grams. That is not correct. Not correct. So the first answer has come in from Imants, but unfortunately, that is not correct. $395. That is not correct. Victor K in the chat says, got it. Ex Machina listing some of his favorite songs. I like that Radar Love song. I was in a band once that covered that song. It's pretty fun to play. He's just going to give us all the playlist. This is nice. Man, we're going to be coming down to the wire on this one, too. Every match between these guys is just so darn close. Airwick comes into the chat with his first answer, 408 grams. And guys, we have a new champion. Wow, wow, wow. Airwick. Congratulations. We are the champions. Yes, indeed. What a win. What a battle. Wow, wow, wow. Great job. Airwick takes it down. First place. Let's go. Wow, wow, wow. That was so awesome. What a series of matches. What a run, too. Airwick had a brutal path to get to victory there. He had to go through some tough competition. Wow, and nice work to Imants as well. Yep, very nice. Very, very nice to both of our runners. Awesome job. GG to the winner. GG to both runners. Great job. Oh my goodness. Imants just insta-logged off. He's like, I can't believe I missed so much class for this tournament. I gotta get back to class. Wow, wow, wow. Definitely earned his championship with his run. Yeah, he had a really tough path there. I mean, he had Will in the opening gambit, and then had Mr. Alex in the Elite 8, had chrisbco here earlier today, and then had Imants. Talk about earning your championship. Wow, wow, wow. Airwick, very nicely done. Congratulations to all of our runners. GG to all of our runners, and especially GG to our winner. Congratulations to all the Final Four. Congratulations to everybody really who was in the tournament this time around. This was a lot of fun. Of course, we got to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, Libre, putting up the big prize for the tournament today. So our prize sponsor, Libre, for our Third and fourth place winners, $50 plus a seat of a Libre Design Professional valued at $999. Our second place winner, $100 USD plus a seat of a Libre Design Professional. Congratulations to Imants. And first place Airwick, $200 USD plus a seat of a Libre Design Expert. Bringing it home for Canada. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. Very, very well earned. Thank you so much to all our tournament sponsors, to Libre, powerful yet easy to use 3D CAD software that is affordable. You can use the coupon code TooTallToby22MAR. It's down in the description. Thank you to the crew over at SolidWorks, sponsoring all of our tournaments and the channel for a long time. Thank you to our friends at JitCAD Cam, providing our sponsorship for the Elite 8. And of course, thank you to the crew over at Onshape. Onshape sponsored the finals, had 2 people in the finals, had a winner, a champion. Nice, nice. That's pro move, pro sponsorship there. And Onshape.pro/TooTallToby. And thank you, of course, to all of you. The most amazing chat ever. I really am so thankful to have all of you in here with us. Don't forget to support the channel, like, subscribe. You can super chat. Thanks, Imants. Fantastic experience. Well job. Yeah, and great job, Imants, on that comeback. That's definitely going to be a highlight video. That was like really, really cool, that comeback battle. So great job. Thank you to all of you. The World Championship qualifications will start probably in June for the 2024 World Championship. So if you think you can smoke these guys, if you think you're faster, you're better, you're stronger than these guys at 3D CAD, stay tuned and you will get information about the World Championship sometime in June. And finally, we will be back live, Model Monday Live, this March 25th, this Monday. So hopefully I will see everybody there. But between now and then, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Visit TooTallToby.com/donate for financial contribution. Sign up for a monthly financial contribution. And of course, thank you all so much for being the most amazing chat ever. This was a lot of fun, a really fun tournament. I like this format. I like the 16-person tournament format. I think it was like 7 weeks total or 9 weeks total. So nice, condensed, fast. I like it. I like it all. So thank you guys so much for all being a part of this. Thank you so much to all the runners. Thank you to all the sponsors. And we will see everybody next week in Model Monday Live. See you, everybody.